Week 13 of the NFL season kicked off on Thursday night with a rarity, a home favorite. Hell, a favorite of any kind covering in the NFL as Philadelphia rallied in the fourth quarter to cover the spread against Houston. But guys, it has been a season for the Dogs in Vegas. Through the first 12 weeks of the season, 9 times the underdogs have had a winning week. And overall, the underdogs are still 17 games over 500. As I've said many times, you know, in my 25 years as a professional sports handicapper, I have never seen underdogs go on this type of extended run in the NFL, especially one that started at the beginning of the season. Sometimes you would see dogs covering maybe 4 out of 5 weeks, 5 out of 7. But to cover 9 out of 12 weeks since the season started back in September, just phenomenal, and as I said, I'd never seen this before. Couple of other NFL stats to break down for you, plus 3 free picks coming your way in just a moment. Hi guys, Al DeMarco here, and this is going to be your Sunday video report. As I said, 3 more free picks coming your way. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Seattle and Carolina, and Chicago and Detroit. Yesterday, cashing in with 2 out of 3 again in college football. Scoring with Pittsburgh and UConn. Oh, how about that free pick on South Carolina? But the bottom line is this, free picks in football, college and pro combined, 22-9 over the past 4 weeks, including 12 out of 13 in college the past 4 Saturdays, and 2 straight NFL winners in the past week, giving you San Francisco on Monday night and the Philadelphia-Houston game going over the total on Thursday. Before I get going, though, however, I want to once again remind you that here on the videos, the only place where I make available to you freebies, exclusive saving offers, etc. If you didn't happen to use it yesterday, or if you missed Saturday's video, which you had to be nuts if you missed Saturday's video, considering I had won 10 straight college football free picks and hit 2 out of 3 again yesterday. Listen, here's a discount saving coupon for you. You can save $20 on any single purchase you make today simply by entering Title 20. Title 20, T-I-T-L-E, no space between the word title and the number 20 in your shopping cart when prompted. If you did not use that money-saving coupon yesterday, you can take advantage of it and save $20 off any purchase you make today. Once again, that is Title 20. Continuing on now with the NFL stats season to date. So, favorites are 17 games under 500 so far. Home favorites, despite the Eagles' win, are 11 games under 500. The straight-up winners, if you had that magical crystal ball, straight-up winners had their worst week of the season last week, going just 11-5 against the spread. And that's the worst, right? Overall, including Philadelphia's win and cover on Thursday night, the straight-up winners this year, if you could pick them, they have covered 140 out of 175 games. 140 wins, 30 losses, and 5 pushes. No big surprise because they covered at a 95% clip in the preseason, and last year, regular season, preseason, right through the Super Bowl, they covered at an 82% clip. In terms of your totals, Thursday I gave you the over in Houston, Philadelphia. Over the last 10 weeks coming into this weekend's action, the totals have definitely veered toward the over being the play as the games have gone on an 85, 58, and 1 run over the posted price. As for me yesterday, well, let's talk about today's card. First of all, today I have just one play, and it is another 15-dime release. As you know, 99% of my plays are rated between 5 and 15 dimes. Thursday night hit a 15-dime play on Philadelphia over Houston. Also hit a 15-dime play last Sunday as I cashed in with Atlanta over Green Bay. Those 15-dime plays in the NFL, I am 30-15-2. 30-15-2 with over the past 3 years combined. Today, it goes at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. It's my NFL Revenge Game of the Year. 15-dime release. Those 15-dime plays in all sports combined, hitting 5 out of 6 since last Sunday. 3-0 sweep in the NBA. The Utah Jazz on Monday and Wednesday night, and Boston Celtics on Tuesday. Those 3 games won by, I think, a combined 62 points. Now, the lone loser, you know, I talk about the winners and the losers here. The lone loser happened to be Oklahoma yesterday against Nebraska in the Big 12 title game. And after going down 17-0 early, I was lucky even to be fortunate to be in a position to win that game. But I got to be honest with you guys. You know, I'm a big believer you've got to definitely do your research, do your homework, find out what the injury situation is. Other than calling Bo Pelini and Bob Stoops to find out about what the status was of Nebraska quarterback Taylor Martinez, there was nothing else I could do. I mean, earlier in the week, he was considered doubtful. Late Friday, they upgraded him to questionable, and I figured, as I noted in my analysis yesterday, that even if he played, he wasn't going to be at 100%. But I didn't really think he was going to start the game. Well, as you saw, and as I told you in my analysis yesterday, he really is the offensive dynamo, the spark for this Nebraska offense. He started. Did he play well? No. But definitely having him at the helm made a difference for the Cornhuskers, and they jumped out to the early lead in the game. Would I have changed off of Oklahoma? Absolutely not. Oklahoma was the only game I liked yesterday. Yeah, I won the free picks on Pittsburgh, but, I wasn't a big Dave Wannstedt fan, as you know, and playing in the snow definitely wasn't going to ride with the Panthers yesterday. UConn, yeah, it was a good pick. It was a free winner, but, that was a nip-and-tuck game all the way with South Florida. So Oklahoma would have been my play, probably would have been a 10-dimer at most if I knew with 100% certainty that Martinez was going to play, but, those are the breaks. And they ultimately even out over the long run, so did happen to lose the game. Now, let's get to your first free pick today. It's going to be Chicago at Detroit. This current line is 5. Was 4 earlier in the week, then it moved up once they announced the Lions, that is, that Drew Stanton would be starting the quarterback. Is it a trap game? It could be. But listen, I'll take the cheese and I'll go into the trap because I like the Bears in this spot. The Lions, after starting the season by covering 8 out of 9, their last 2 games they've been hammered by New England and Dallas, giving up a total of 80 points. In fact, the Detroit defense, the last 3 games, has really been porous. Giving up 131 rushing yards a game. That's 4.5 yards per carry. 68% completions to opposing quarterbacks, and their secondary has been scorched for 8 touchdowns in that stretch. The Bears have won 4 in a row after upsetting the Eagles as a 3.5-point home dog last Sunday, going 3-0-1 against the spread in that stretch. They're 4-1 on the road this year, 3-1-1 ATS. I'll back them here and lay the points. The next game is going to be Seattle at home, currently a 6, maybe a 5.5-point choice if you look around, over Carolina. Carolina, emotionally devastating loss last week. A 1-win team was in a position to beat Cleveland on the road, and John Carney, one of the most reliable kickers in the NFL, misses a 42-yard field goal as time expires. Now they've got to go cross-country, playing at Quest Field, which is one of the toughest places for a quarterback to play, especially for a rookie like Jimmy Clausen. This is a Carolina team that's averaging just a shade over 12 points a game, giving up over 25 points a game. Do the math, guys. We don't have to be MIT grads. It's a 13-point differential, and they're only getting 5.5 to 6 today. Seattle, even though getting crushed by Kansas City last week at home, still on a 10-5 ATS run as a home favorite, so I will go with them in this one against a Carolina team that is 0-5 straight up on the road and has just 3 covers in 11 games overall this season. Before I get to your final free pick, couple of guys I want to prominently mentioned, as usual on Sundays. This is going to be the 6th straight Sunday I've talked about Craig Davis, and why not? Because today he's got his NFL 100-dime winner number 8 in a row. He's won 5 consecutive 100-dime plays the past 5 Saturdays. Today it's on your Tampa Bay Atlanta game. Last week he backed the Bucs, getting the road cover at Baltimore. Does he back them again? FYI, he's 22-10-1 lifetime with 100-dime releases after scoring his first ever in college basketball on Tuesday night with Ohio State over Florida State. And Stephen Nover, who has won 17 of his 18 years in pro football as a professional handicapper, has his 10th ever 100-dime NFL release today. 5-1 with his last 600-dimers. That is on your card going today as well. Your final free pick, I'm going to go with Baltimore, laying the 3 at home against Pittsburgh. I would buy down the half point if you're going to play this play. I'm not, but if you are, listen, I know Baltimore won in the final minute at Pittsburgh in the season's first game, and I know Ben Roethlisberger didn't play. But the big question in this one is, how healthy is Roethlisberger? Does he have a broken foot? Does he have a sprained foot? Is it a previous injury that's still healing? Who the hell knows, but who cares? It's his right foot. It's his right foot. That's going to affect when he goes back, dropping back, putting the pressure on the right foot. Plus, playing behind a bad offensive line, one of the keys to Roethlisberger's game is because of his big physical size, being able to elude the pass rushers. He's not exactly fleet of foot, but he is mobile in the backfield. So, is he going to be able to be that mobile today with a bad foot? That's my question. Baltimore's won 8 in a row straight up at home, 12-6 ATS as a home favorite under John Harbaugh. Last 5 games in this series have been decided 4 times by 3, once by 4 points. So again, buy down the half point, go with Baltimore along with your other free picks again on Seattle and Chicago. Good luck, everybody, and I'll catch you again on Monday.